I'm the man behind the scenes. I'm Homicide, short for Da Capo, and I'm CEO of Trap Angels Entertainment, coming out of Moultrie, Georgia, a small town, but we make shit happen, you understand? I got a lot of inspirations, or a lot of things inspired me to do music. I think different people, rap for different reasons, Some people might be in it for the fame, some people might be in it for, the hoes or the clothes or for a look, but I think I got a lot of things in my past that inspired me or put something in me to do what I do in the music industry, and just put forth the effort every day to make stuff happen. I'm 33 years old, and I always had a love for music. I always, admired, I liked the rap music, but being a rapper or owning my own record label was something that I never thought would happen, was something that I really didn't care to happen. It's just something that came about. It just came about, and I took it and I ran with it. I actually had a cousin that about 15 years ago, I got a cousin. A lot of people know him as Big Bounce. He passed away a few years ago, but music was always his dream. He the one taught me or tried to make me be a rapper or whatnot. And even in school, in between classes, when we had bathroom breaks and stuff, he'll always have me in there, trying to get me to rap, and he'll always be rapping and stuff because that was always his dream. And he put something in me, the ability to make a song, to write a hook, to write a verse, but I never, at that point in time, I never acted on it. Every now and then I might write a verse or I might write a song, but to me it was like more or less like a joke. I never took it serious until this last time that I went to prison, and I went through some things, and I got out of prison, and I said that I was going to put forth an effort to at least try to do something in the music, and it kind of like took flight from there. I did 5 years in Lee State Prison, and I got out of prison and I was in a messed up situation. While I was in prison, my brother died. He got shot in the head and killed, and both my grandparents died. My cousin died that taught me music, Big Bounce, he passed away. And like 3 of my best friends, got shot and killed in the streets. So I got out of prison in a fucked up predicament, a fucked up situation, but I refused to, let that hinder me. And it actually started out with one verse. Like I was like with some dudes, and it was like, yo, let's go into the studio. And niggas call the studio some equipment in their bedroom, which is not a real studio, but it served a purpose. But I went in with some niggas and I actually laid down a verse on their song, and they was out here in the streets letting people hear it, and a lot of people started coming up to me saying that they liked it, my verse, that I should make a song, that my verse was hot. So I think it was that Young Buck Stomp beat. I really can't remember, but I know I wrote a whole song. And I went back into the studio and I laid the song down and I let people listen to it, and people liked it. So I knew right then that I had to take it a step further. So I went to Walmart and I bought like 50 blank CDs, and my mama had a little computer, and I sat there myself and I burned each one of them. I burned that one song on each one of them CDs, and I got out in the streets and sold them for like $1, $2 a piece, whatever people would give me. And what was actually happening was, not only was I making money off the song, but I was getting the music out. I was getting the music out in the streets, and it kind of just, unfolded from there. And I went back into the studio and made more songs and more songs. And as the months went by, you know, I got better at it. I had been rapping probably like about a month or two since I had been out of prison. I had made like 7 or 8 songs, and people in the street knew the songs. And one day one of my homeboys was like, yo, let's shoot a video and put it on YouTube. And I was like, you know, we ain't got the money, like what the fuck? And he was like, nah, we can just get a homemade camera and we can just get everybody on 9th Street on the block. We can shoot the video and put it on YouTube just to see. So we did a practice run with the song I had, Policy.
Homicide, bitch, and my brother to a gunshot. Point blank in the head and knocked their brains out. So I'm left in these streets with my mic 12. And if I die tonight, I know I'm going straight to hell.
And that was the one that was made off the Young Buck, the stomp beat. So we did that and we put it on YouTube, and we got 30, 40, 50 views. People liked it. And so that next week we came back and we did My Homeboys, and you know, so many people showed up, man, like so many niggas, so many females. We had 9th Street lit up, like, you know, it was a lot of people out there, man. And we put the Homeboy video on YouTube, and people liked it, man. It was like it was bootleg as hell, but it was an accomplishment, and you know, it motivated me to go harder. And I think we came back a couple weeks later, we did one called Miami Trail.
On Miami Trail, Ricky Givens, Lord knows, this is how I'm living. On Miami Trail, Ricky Givens, Lord knows, this is how I'm living.
That was my tribute to like the gangster niggas, the triple OG niggas that put Moultrie, that put George on the map as far as with the drugs and the crime. We did the Miami Trail, and I got into a situation after that, and you know, but things kept going though. I think when I realized that the fire had started was like the Sex, Money, Murder video.
Sex, money, murder. Sex, money, murder. 24/7 thinking sex, money, murder. Sex, money, murder. Sex, money, murder.
24/7 thinking sex, money, murder.
I got niggas on my team that'll eat you alive. They're starving for a body, it's in their eyes. Homicide, Teflon, I'm the capo. And any nigga want me, let's go.
And like at around the same time we did the Sex, Money, Murder video, I did my first performance. My first time ever getting on stage at Club Celebrity in Sylvester, Georgia, and all that went down around the same time. And you know, we did the Sex, Money, Murder video. It was bootleg too, but for the first time, like within a couple days, it crossed over 1,000. And I was like, damn, you know, I'm sitting here looking at it on YouTube, and it's like over 1,000 views. And then we did the show at Club Celebrity, and as I'm sitting here rapping the songs, I can look out across the audience and I see hundreds of people rapping my songs. You know, they knew them. And that's when I think I first realized that I had a fan base. That's when I first realized that I had a fan base and that I had to build on that fan base. And I just kept going and going and going. And I was surfing YouTube one day, and I came across some videos, and at the bottom it said KIG Films. And I was like, damn, you know, this is professional. This is tight work. This is what I need. So I called the contact number, and that was the first conversation I had with KIG. And he was like, you know, he told me the prices and all. And I went to a professional studio for the first time. A dude I knew named Boss Boy Eric Rebels. He had just came back from Mississippi and opened up a studio in Tifton, Georgia, and I went in, and he made the beat from scratch. And I went and laid down the song, They Want It. And I think that's when the Capo was born, because before, you know, niggas in the street always called me Homicide or Strong, you know, my last name. But when I laid down that They Want It and we sat back and listened to it, that's when the Capo came to life. You know, that's when Homicide Da Capo was born. That was my sound. That was my trademark, and we got KIG down here. We shot the video. You know, people was on top of houses with their cell phone cameras. That was the first professional rap video ever filmed in Moultrie, Georgia, and the whole neighborhood came out. And when the video dropped, within a matter of hours, you know, it was thousands and thousands of views, and it sparked the fire.